Hi, and welcome to the latest episode of More Than Just Task Management. My name is Anna Angelova. I am a business coach and consultant and a co host of this podcast. And again, as you can see, Joris Minasvand, my co host, is not here today because he is in Europe and he's not able to join this week. Most likely, the rest of the week until at least Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he should be able to join. So I am sharing all the wisdom on my own this week. And today we are focusing on something a little bit different. And in the past episodes, a lot of our focus was on productivity and goal setting and goal achievement. But today, what we wanted to cover is hiring versus outsourcing. And here is the thing, when your business expands, as you start to build your business, like you might have started solo or with a business partner, but as your business grows, you need to delegate tasks. You need to start giving some of the work to others for you to be able to grow, to be able to scale. And how you do the delegation matters. Hiring employees, like when you hire employees, this gives you more control, while outsourcing to contractors, freelancers offers more flexibility. The question though is which one is right for you? And a lot of business owners, especially in the beginning when they start growing their teams, they struggle with this. And there are a few key factors that you can consider in this case. And before we dive into the key factors you want to consider, like thinking about like hiring and outsourcing, right? You probably know the difference, but like Reacher says, assumptions kill in an investigation, assumptions kill. So I don't want to assume that you know the difference. So what's the difference? Well, hiring means that you bring someone on your team. This person can be full-time or this person can be part-time. And they're really dedicated to your business. They work under your direction and receive a salary, usually benefits as well, and long-term career development. Like when you hire, you don't hire, in some businesses, actually, you do hire people seasonally. You might hire more people for the summer. Like, for example, if it's something related to farms or like a seasonal business, right? You might hire seasonal people, but in general, for most businesses, when we hire, it's a long-term investment. On the other side, we have outsourcing. And outsourcing, it means that you give the work to an independent contractor, an agency, or a freelancer. And in this case, they usually handle specific tasks or projects, and they're not on your payroll. So they're not on your payroll, and there are differences. Like we will not dive into those differences, but there are definitely differences in how they show on the books. Like the hiring and outsourcing, they show differently on the books. So they're not on payroll. You pay them either per project or per the hour, like by hour, or on some kind of a retainer basis. And the main difference between the two, like hiring and outsourcing, is the commitment and the control. So employees are a long-term commitment, and you have more control in terms of culture and a lot of the things that are done. Outsourcing is more about flexibilities. And of course, there are pros and cons. And ultimately, you need to figure out like, does it make more sense to hire or does it make more sense to outsource? And when it comes to hiring employees, there are ultimately four things you want to look at. Number one is if you need consistency and long-term stability, hiring might be someone that it might be the better option, right? Hiring someone to be deeply embedded in your business, to really, really learn what you're doing and help with things and like be really focused on your business, then hiring is the right choice. Another key factor actually is the task a core business? And an example is like if you are a tech company, you want to hire your developers. Yeah, you will do the development in-house, not outsource. But then if you're not a tech company, you might outsource the development, right? Because development technology is not your core business, so it might make sense to outsource this. So again, like, if it's a core, hire. And then again, if you need full control over the work and also the culture, hire, because employees follow your processes and integrate with your team and grow your company and your culture. And the last one is, if the role requires confidentiality and proprietary knowledge, hiring might be the better choice. And here is the thing, like the pros and cons, right? Like the thing is that with hiring, of course, it comes usually with higher costs because you have salaries, you have benefits, you might be paying additional taxes you'll be paying taxes for people and might be also contributing to different 401ks and RRSPs and things like this. Office space sometimes, right? Like office space might be required, although nowadays like a lot of people work from home, so remote work is now an option, but still it's a cost that you might have. And of course, it's a long-term commitment. And if your business is not ready for this commitment, outsourcing might be the better option. And when it comes to outsourcing, again, if it's not a core task, yes, outsource it. If you need the expertise, but you don't have the budget for full-time staff, then hiring someone, getting a freelancer, can provide the high quality work without the long-term commitment. So it might be the better option for you right now. Then also, if you have the fluctuation in demand, right? If it's something that's again more seasonal, it might make sense to hire, like to outsource based on your business needs, right? Because outsourcing lets you scale up when you need it and scale down when you need it. And the other part is, if you need results quickly, hiring takes time. And outsourcing, well, yeah, with outsourcing, you still need to find someone who fits and who do the job, but you see results faster with outsourcing. And of course, the key downside of outsourcing is that you have less control. You're working with external partners, and while you have some input, like you have less control of the work of the style of work they do, their culture, and things like this. And that's why it's important to choose a partner that you really trust and set clear expectations with them. So to wrap it up, how do you make the right decision? Here is the thing. So you can ask yourself ultimately 4 questions. Is this a core function of your business? Yes, hire. No, outsource. Do you need long-term commitment or short-term flexibility? If it's long-term commitment, hire. If it's short-term flexibility, outsource. What's your budget? Can you afford salary and benefits? Hire. Need a cost-effective solution? Outsource. And last but not least, do you need full control, or are you okay with less oversight? If you need the full control because of, like we said, confidentiality and some things like this, then hire. If you are okay with less oversight and less control, then outsource. And the thing is that you don't have to choose one or the other. A hybrid approach works very well. Like hire for the core functions and then outsource the rest. And usually thinking about like whether you hire or outsource, like be strategic about it, right? Be strategic about it. Think about your growth plans, the financial position and long-term vision of your company to decide what to do, right? Like take this into consideration as well. And again, core functions, consider hiring and consider outsourcing specialized work, like accounting, lawyers. Like these are things that most companies, unless you're an accounting company or a law company, these are things that most of us outsource. And for, as I always said, for the core ones, you want to hire. So this is it for today. make sure you go through these questions when you start expanding your team, and even for your next hiring, for your next outsourcing, like for if you are continuing, like if it's the first time for you, ready to delegate, absolutely go through these questions. And even if you're expanding, you've already done this, it's a great reminder for what to look for and what to consider, and that you have both options, hiring and outsourcing. This is it for today. Have a wonderful day, and come back tomorrow. Subscribe, make sure that you catch the next episodes, and wishing you a wonderful, wonderful day, no matter where you are in the world and what time of the day you're listening to this. And we'll be back tomorrow for another episode packed with insights and things for you to do to grow your business. Bye, everyone.